I've seen them come, I've watched them go, watched them rise, witnessed it and watched them blow. Watched them all blossom and watched them grow. Watched the lawsuits when they lost their dough.
Hello, and welcome to Who Watches Watching the Detectives, a weekly podcast, which is like pretty much no other podcast on the internet.
There are no other podcasts on the internet, Eleanor. What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't say pretty much. Pretty much makes it sound like there are, and then they're gonna go looking, which you shouldn't do.
This is the only podcast.
But here today, you're listening to one right now. My name is Eleanor. I'm joined once again by my two delightful co-hosts, Grace and Summer.
Present.
And we're on a quest to watch the 2007 romantic comedy, Watching the Detectives, 100 times. Today's episode 12. If you didn't know that, you're a little lost, aren't you?
You're so lost, and also you can't read because the title has the episode number in it.
If you don't know this is episode 12, I feel really bad for you.
You can't read just like Neil can't read, as we discovered in today's viewing.
Oh, what a segue.
Speaking of today's viewing, how did you enjoy it?
I had a great time.
I think it was pretty unanimous today.
We had a ball.
I think it was 4s across the board.
I went down to 3.5.
Wow.
Aw.
Once again,
Retroactively
Sorry.
stealing joy from yourself, really.
nobody else.
Well then, why are you guys pressing me about it?
Because I don't want you to steal joy from yourself.
I want you to experience joy. Is that too much?
You know, fine. I'll retroactively change my retroactive because I was very positive about it. I actually had a good, considering everything else. I had a good.
Grace,
watch.
you need to stop lying to yourself.
That's
I
not
Let
think-
yourself
ever gonna happen.
have something.
I think my metrics for watching the detectives are now so far divorced from any other movie. Like a 4-star watching the detectives watch is not
Oh,
like
completely
any other
different.
4-star movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who has a rating system completely detached from the experience.
It shouldn't even be stars anymore. It's 4 tiny Neils out of 5.
4 movies out of 5.
How angry did it make me today? And the higher the score, the less angry I was.
Okay, yeah, sure.
No, I don't have. Well, I have this problem on Letterboxd anywhere where I don't know what any of my ratings mean anyway.
Right, don't think about it too hard.
No, we
and
were
you'll
just
be
talking
fine.
about like Heat last night, and I said, yeah, I don't know if I really liked it. You said, Grace, you gave it a 4.
It's like, yeah, that was a watching the detectives.
You
4.
are like, whenever you give a movie a 4, you're like,
It's fine.
It's like dog years.
A 4 from Grace is really a 5 that Grace hasn't committed to yet.
Yeah. And it's never going to be a 5 until the second watch.
You stupid slut.
There's never going to be a 5.
I don't know if we said this before, but this was a group watch, and
We did watch it together.
We did.
Which, thank God.
I think we really needed it.
We need to do it more, I think.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was having a hard time grappling with the idea of watching today by myself. I wasn't really into it, but then
No.
even when you texted and said we should group watch, I was like, because then I gotta like go watch it.
We just do it tomorrow.
No, but we,
Absolutely
you
not.
know, I am not a routine person. I am, but I'm not. Like I am awful with keeping up on things. Very patting myself on the back for 12 weeks,
We're doing it.
except for that 1 week. But I died, so I can't really excuse.
Yeah, you can't be blamed for that.
You did watch the movie.
I did. Did I watch it twice, or am I crazy?
You're crazy. You did
You're
not watch
crazy.
it twice. You watched it one time. Maybe in your delusional, fevered...
My sick delusion.
I think my problem with the group watches is that I think we use up all our most interesting discussions while we're
do.
watching the movie. We have a terrible habit of just talking over the movie because we always watch with subtitles.
We need to do a commentary track at this point.
Well, another 13 episodes.
Oh. No, not that. Sorry. The Dread just said it. I think, I think something's happening this week. And I think that I forgot. But we'll get there.
Oh no.
No, we'll get there. It's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're dreading, and you better get those wheels spinning. because it's
Get
coming
those
soon.
wheels spinning, champ. Okay, we were talking about something.
I'm sorry, I took the train
we were
off
talking
the
about
track.
the pacing during the movie, and we said
Oh,
we
yeah.
should stop and talk about save it for the pod. And now it's the pod time, so please
Yeah,
let's get straight into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, because we're friends outside of the pod. We all know each other.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know this, as the audience, we are friends.
If you couldn't tell, we like hanging out with each other. This isn't a contractual obligation.
It is also a contractual obligation.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We are also
Different
friends.
Different contract.
Who knows if we will be friends at the end of this? But as it currently stands,
I hope so. Don't say that. I actually have like nightmares where this podcast tears our family apart.
I don't think such a thing is possible.
It's so funny because we get together, we watch movies frequent and often.
Yes.
Well, not as frequent anymore, but like we still do. We watch movies all together all the time.
We watched all the movies.
We watched every movie that ever exists.
We've watched every movie.
We watched every movie solely in February of 2024. But we talk a lot because we all have like, I've pulled you all into my realm and we all have like movie knowledge and we've seen enough movies to know what the fuck we're talking about. We talk pacing a lot. We watched Edgar Wright's Hot Fuzz last night and we're talking about the pacing. I think the pacing of that movie is like breakneck, but I think it's really great.
Bonkers.
Fucking,
in the
yeah.
best way possible. It was bonkers.
But I realized like we've never really talked about the pacing in this movie.
We have a little bit.
Maybe briefly.
I've maintained that I think it's perfectly paced. I don't think any scenes like drags on, and you guys have historically hated me for saying.
I could never hate you.
I think because we're so familiar with it, I would be interested to see someone with fresh eyes watching it to see how they feel about the pacing. Because for me, I'm like, okay, I've seen this scene. Again, this is my 19th watch, I believe. So I've seen this scene 19 times. And I'm like, oh my god, just fucking... it's like a cutscene.
You've seen it 7 more times than me?
Let me check. Let me get the official number on that right now. But I believe I am at...
That was my 12th log, I'm pretty sure.
I am currently at 19. So next week
Oh
will be
my
my
God.
20th all-time view. Because it's funny, because this movie, before we decided to do this movie was like, if I was having a bad day, I'd be like, okay, this movie's fucking stupid, I gotta put it on. I can't do that anymore, and I don't want to.
You've ruined it for yourself.
I've ruined it for me.
I've ruined it for me, Lucian.
Thank you. There's no more movie. I like the pacing. I think it's like a cutscene.
Unskippable
Right,
cutscene.
a cutscene you want to skip, as I've
Yeah.
established, I think 2 or 3 episodes
Yeah, I think
ago.
you've said that before. Someone has, but
I
when-
did. I said it was like I'm a speedrunner waiting for
yeah.
the cutscene
When
to
you
end.
said it, did I disagree with you?
No,
you
you said-
agreed
I
wholeheartedly.
agreed. Okay, cool. Yeah,
You
because
said that you had been attempting to communicate the exact same sentiment.
yeah,
I put
okay,
it into
cool.
words for
Sorry.
you.
I imagine what it's like to be a viewer of this podcast and listen to me go through like my senior moment Dementia Man episodes.
I have to imagine it's endearing.
I want to apologize to Pod Nation for having to listen to me tell the same story and make the same sentiment 10 times. It will continue to happen. I'm not gonna.
That's okay. We really need to pad out if we're gonna hit 100 episodes.
You have to understand that it's like a clock, you know, or like a television show that people put on in the background. The fact that it's the same every time is the whole point.
It's comforting.
I see.
I think the pacing for me, and I think this is like a feature of the movie as a whole, it feels like every scene is separate. You could isolate every single scene.
Mhm.
And so sometimes they don't flow together.
It's a lot like an album
Yeah.
where each scene is like a song on the album. And they're all like telling the same story, but like slightly different. And it
So
it adds up to a holistic, you know, like so shout out to my film students. It really is a definitional gestalt.
God, you're such a nerd.
shout out to my film students, not me. I'm not claiming that.
What film school do you go to?
No, I'm technically not though. So I also watched through a very interesting lens this week. I feel like I went and saw the Peaky Blinders movie
Ooh.
last week. I was so nervous watching that movie. I didn't finish the show. There's 6
The
seasons.
fans were talking to me. They want to know.
The fans want to know.
The fans want to know what you thought of the movie.
I thought it was good. I've always liked how that show was like shot. I think it looks really nice and the movie looks great.
Was it Neil?
No. I was afraid that I would see Neil in Thomas Shelby. I had the opposite experience that I was afraid of when we were watching The Detectives.
Who?
We.
Well, there you go.
What? Huh? Who?
Title card.
Roll credits. Roll the credits.
Oh, are we done? Can we go? Killian,
Now,
play us out.
this is
No,
very special to
Killian,
me
get
because
back in here. Get
Fuck.
back in here, you.
That's the second bit. That's the second week in a row I think I've run that bit. I gotta put it on ice for a little while. No, we were watching The Detectives, and I was just like, oh no. Oh god.
Thomas.
Because I can't take that show seriously at all. We've talked
No,
about
it's
this
ridiculous.
By that show, you mean
Peaky Blinders, yeah. Hashtag that show, I won't say its name.
We have to constantly reiterate the topic we're talking about.
Yeah.
We've been bought by Netflix.
If they sponsored me to talk about Peaky,
For the viewers on their phones,
It could be the Peaky Blinders is just the Jello of shows.
yeah.
this?
No, it's like a good show and people do like it.
I love this.
This? I love this. I tried making this.
It never turns out right.
The secret ingredient is horses.
Yeah, after seeing The Immortal Man and coming back to watching The Detectives, I think that there needs to be more horses in
Well,
watching The Detectives.
so the song that plays during the softball scene
This is
is by a band. You know the band's
yeah,
name.
is it Band of Horses?
I think so.
That sounds right.
And the song in the bar scene with the drummer from Tard,
Of course.
they're singing about
They're
horses.
singing about horses. It's, no,
We need to get more
the
horse
thread
build.
connecting Killian's whole career, I
Is
think,
horses.
begins to unspool right at this very moment.
You think it would be maybe pigs?
It's true. Just go. Yeah. Now we have to go back and oh, you know what? Oppenheimer horses.
It was actually Disco
it's
Horses,
horses.
was the original title,
Disco,
but
yeah, they had to
they
change it. It
didn't-
just didn't work.
It's been horses this whole time. He's been attempting to put us on kind of a wild horse chase.
A royal horse chase. There's an interview that I keep thinking about. I've been wanting to bring this up because I've been talking about his stupid horses all week. There's an interview where he brings, and this is relevant because he dresses up like a cowboy. He
Of
talks
course, of
about how he always wanted to be in a western, and then they just kind of like stopped doing westerns, so he hasn't been able to be in one.
I would say Oppenheimer's a bit of a western.
I think it's the closest he's gonna get. I think this is the closest he's gonna get. He's got a poncho on, goddammit. But there's a picture floating around Twitter of him as a kid dressed like a cowboy.
Oh, I thought you were
Aw.
going to talk about the one where he's at Burger King.
Oh no, that's my favorite picture ever. I found that on Pinterest after the Oscars. I'm gonna start sharing that one. I need to like boost that one in popularity so people start
People
using
need to
it.
know about
People need to
Cillian
know
Murphy
about
at Burger King.
And I sent it. Do you remember when I sent that to the group chat for the first time?
Nope.
Oh my god, it was like right post Oscars and my brain just wasn't working. And I was like, did this fucking happen? Is this real?
Chad, is this real?
Chad, is this real? And then I looked at it for 2 seconds and I said, don't listen to me. Never mind.
Killian the Burger King Murphy.
Out of all the places you can go,
Hey man, I fuck with Burger King.
are you sponsored?
I like
No.
Burger
I mean, I would
King
love to be.
fries. Burger King fries are good, and everything else there sucks. Actually,
Their burgers
I like
are
their
very
chocolate
big.
pie.
I don't think I've had a Burger King.
I fuck with
in-
a big burger.
I have Burger King related trauma.
Say what I will, and I do.
Oh, we know you do.
I mean, it's no Beaver Tails, but for fast food restaurants that begin with a B, it's okay.
Boo! Shut up about beaver tails.
Speaking
I
of,
can't talk about Tulpa Theory. You can't talk about beaver tails.
no, I want to talk about another thing you can't talk about.
Oh, well,
I
by all
I-
means, you can talk about it if I can't.
well, I mean, I know you're gonna have something to say about it. I
Okay.
hate your hotel room theory.
Okay.
I think I hate it more than Tulpa Theory because Tulpa Theory
Elaborate.
is at least fun and whimsical, right? Like I can have some fun with Tulpa Theory. I can get aboard that. I can ride the Tulpa Theory hate train because it's just so it doesn't exist. There's like
You.
it's like
hate
whimsical.
me.
The whole hotel room
Am I a
thing.
joke to you?
Yes.
Am I
You are my jester.
Bobo the dancing clown?
Yeah.
Am I a damn weeble wobble that you get to punch?
Oh,
Yeah.
Weeble Wobble's a crazy pull.
They do not fall down.
Dude, you know about Wigglytown Heroes?
Oh,
Okay, so
I
the last
know.
time I talked about
Higgly
Weeble Wobbles,
Town
you brought this up.
Heroes.
And we can't go into this again.
I love Wigglytown Heroes.
it's Higglytown Heroes, you bitch.
Is it Higglytown Hero? My God. Pardon me, I haven't thought about it in like 10 years.
It's okay. Wigglerville can talk about Wigglytown.
That's why I'm like, that's why, because we have our. In case you didn't think we were actually friends and you thought we were lying to earlier, yeah, we have a Minecraft world.
We play Minecraft together.
Yeah, we play Minecraft together.
If you give us $50, we'll invite you to our Minecraft world.
Oh my God. Join our Patreon exclusive.
When we say we, it's mostly Summer and myself.
Yeah, I come in sometimes and I cause a little bit of havoc. I get a little silly with
you
it.
put up Steve's lava chicken, you build a factory that pollutes the river. And then you leave.
I have a great time, okay? You guys are just jealous.
Editing Eleanor, can you insert a picture of the pig carousel?
Of course.
No,
I might be
no.
able to insert footage of the big carousel.
You can absolutely put footage in.
Footage of me riding the pig carousel.
I don't know if that exists.
Merry go round and carousel. Anyway, hotel room
Merry-go-round.
theory. Hotel room
Yes.
theory. It's just blatantly not true. Eleanor, that is his house.
It doesn't make any sense, though.
Eleanor, that is where he lives.
The entire premise of hotel room theory is that it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Right. I'm glad you
It's a
agree with me.
stupid
I'm
fucking
glad you
theory.
agree with me. Somebody needs to agree with me.
It's a stupid theory, man.
If Eleanor has 0 haters, she's the only person left on the planet.
Look,
I'm looking.
I just need you to know that is. I will take your hand with Tulpa theory and I'll walk with you a little bit. I'll let you take me along.
I'm glad it took you 10 episodes to come around.
This does not say I'm agreeing with it. I'm saying that I'll let you take me down the rabbit hole.
the only
I
thing,
will.
the only thing I needed to do to get you on board for Tulpa theory is to create multiple worse theories.
No, I'm not on board with it. You have to understand. This is not me jumping the Tulpa board train. This is me. This is me telling you that your other theory is so bad that I am willing to. You're like,
Wow.
I'm begrudgingly walking with you through Tulpa Land.
In comparison, Tulpa Theory looks so fantastic.
I'm never ever gonna compliment Tulpa theory.
Can you guys believe this? This is what I have to put up with, by the way.
Can you guys believe this? This is what I have to put up with, by the way. And I'm pointing at you.
Now they're making fun
I'm
of
pointing
me.
at both of you.
Now I don't have to be here. You guys could edit this damn
I'm
podcast.
jerking my thumb back. Look at the shit I gotta put up
Eleanor,
with.
come back. Grace is jerking and I'm scared.
Speaking of jerking,
Can I ask you guys a question?
by all means.
Is it jerking related?
No.
Then
What?
yes.
Yes, you
can
may ask a question.
Okay, great.
We have fun here.
I hate this podcast. This is my lifeboat. This is my lifeboat. This is my life. This is the only thing keeping me. This is my Titanic door, keeping me
When did it all go
afloat.
so wrong.
I'm feeling
I
two
need to-
primary emotions, and you'll never guess that they're related to the title of this episode or what it probably is.
Ask your fucking question,
A
Grace.
much better movie is what it is. Summer.
Yeah.
Yep. Summer, can I ask you what your favorite watching the Detective Squad of the week is?
Holy shit!
Everybody!
Oh,
Oh, I
God.
forgot. Oh my god.
Everybody!
I forgot. Eleanor, do you have something you'd like to say?
Everybody!
Yeah.
Quote that movie!
Yeah.
Quote that movie right!
Ba-da, ba-da.
Do you not have? To be said that that's it.
Movie
Okay.
quoting time.
Yeah, there it is.
Not so fast,
like-
big boy. You owe me a $50 dinner.
$50 dinner.
Grace.
Eleanor,
Eleanor, what's your
Grace?
favorite quote of the week? I snuck on in there.
In a world where night is day and the one man has the courage
oh no.
to stand up for the difference between
Oh
right.
no.
This isn't a quote from the movie.
Yes, it is. It's the stupid fucking video store monologue, isn't
Oh
it?
my god.
From
I
the
knew you
pages of
wrote
the
it
beloved
down.
book by the acclaimed author P.K. Whittlethorpe
Oh
comes
my
an animated
God.
adventure sure to delight. As all the inhabitants of Dreamtime Meadow come alive, there's True Laboo, Ginseng, and Muley the cat, inviting you to join them in a game of checkers.
True LaRue is so clearly a ripoff of fucking Tulalula from My Little Pony. Tularula.
Yes.
What's your watching the detectives quote of the week?
I wanted something that really reflected how I've been feeling this week.
Okay.
And is that a pony?
What?
It's a beautiful pony.
That's Tularula.
That's my quote. Was that a pony? No.
They don't say that in that fucking movie.
My
Of course.
quote of the week. I wanted something that really reflects how I've been feeling this week. And I said, maybe I am some kind of sick, twisted baby. Hey, Summer.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind me asking, are you busy? Do you have anything going on right now? Can I ask you-
yeah,
can I ask you a
I'm kind
question?
of recording a podcast, actually. It's kind of awkward.
God damn it. Well, can you just like take a minute of your time? Like, can I just have a minute of your time to ask you a question?
Are you gonna, like, ask me to dedicate my life to Jesus?
No.
You just really sound like a missionary right now.
Eleanor.
Hmm?
Eleanor, I'm a little scared because you asked. I gotta
Ask
go.
what?
I got somewhere to be. Can you ask
What
Summer
the
the
fuck are you
question?
talking
No, I gotta
about?
go. I'm scared.
Are you okay?
Grace, I already said my quote.
You did?
Yes. At the start.
I'm leaving. This is my last episode on Who Watches Watching the Detectives.
We're putting Grace in a home.
I'm already in the home. You wheel me out once a week. You make me watch a movie.
I mean, while we're here,
Can we get episode 50, top 50 Grace embarrassing moments compilation?
I don't. So far, we have 17 different plans for episode 50.
Episode 50
It's
is
gonna be a
loaded.
5-hour-long award show.
God, I hope so.
We're gonna rival the fucking Oscars.
Yeah, can we get Conan?
Of course.
Anyway,
I'm sure he's not doing anything.
not anymore.
May he rest in peace.
Whoa!
May he rest in peace until I get there.
And then he'll be resting in pieces.
Anyway, Eleanor, you were doing something? You were saying something?
Oh yeah. I think it'd be a perfect time to just jump straight into our second segment of the week. Grace, you had one bit,
I'm so scared.
one shot.
Where am I? What's happening?
I think she's trying to make another jingle happen.
Grace, what's your one true pair for this week?
My one true pair for this week is Jason and his delivery iPad signature machine.
That's crazy because my one true pair of the week is Lucian and the delivery iPad.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's
No,
fucking crazy.
That's awful. I don't agree with that.
You don't like that? Well, that's
No.
too damn bad.
No, I mean, hey, you can do whatever you want, to each his own, but
Are you morally opposed to that one?
yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, you're a bigot.
I don't think that's what I said at all.
The truth come out.
Can you believe this, Eleanor? Because I can.
Actually, I can. There's a long history of graceless
No,
behavior
hey,
leading
no,
up to
don't
this
say
moment.
that up on the pod. Because then people are gonna think I'm no. I just
Grace hates love.
no. It unfortunately it opposes my pick this week.
I see. So it's heartbreak.
Yeah, I'm a little upset.
It's a love triangle.
Yeah, I
the,
think-
the first who watches Watching the Detectives love triangle.
I think every good film needs a love triangle.
Love triangle.
and we
I
just
pred-
found it.
I predicted this today. I wore my Twilight T-shirt.
Oh my god.
I sensed the love triangle coming a million miles away.
Who's the signature pad gonna choose? Is it Team Lucian or Team Jason?
I team Jason. There's so much history there.
Thank you, Eleanor.
But Team Lucian is so exciting and new. It's like dangerous.
Lucian is the bad boy. In this
Lucian is the bad
There's-
boy.
He's a hot, sweaty passion.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yuck. Eleanor, who's your one OTP this week?
My one true pair is the bouncer and a well-paying job.
Oh, I like this. I like that everyone's getting a little funky with it.
We're getting experimental.
Well, we have so
Yeah.
many episodes that to
No,
go.
I know, but I like it because
We gotta make like
I
250 more OTPs.
I
don't
laid this
think-
foundation.
I don't think there's enough people in this
I
movie.
laid this brick.
I'm throwing this
No,
brick.
There's obviously not enough because Summer copied mine.
No, I didn't.
I didn't mean to
Speaking-
copied, but
What the fuck?
no.
Speaking of bricks, did you guys hear that?
No.
Sounded like something
Bricks don't make that
slammed into
sound.
the side of my wall.
Are the executive producers throwing things again?
It sounded like a bum 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 bum
No,
bum.
no, I'm not ready.
That was so weird
I'm
because actually I think I heard it just bum 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 bum
Bum bum bum bum.
bum 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 bum. Sequel seekers.
For those who don't know, this is the part of the show where we pitch a potential sequel or prequel to the 2007 romantic comedy Watching the Detectives. Whose turn is it this week?
Oh, I know whose turn it is. Grace, and the spotlight goes to you.
No,
Grace,
please just like it. Turn
spin
those
us,
lights off.
spin us your
Turn those lights
threads.
off.
Spin us your beautiful threads into a tapestry of wonder.
I'll give you a sequel. But I need you to understand, we watched this movie and my mind just went blank. I had no thoughts the entire time, even though I knew I should have been cooking up a sequel.
So, didn't your Lord and Savior David Lynch once say something about how you had to empty your mind to accept new ideas?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to catch the big fish right now.
Reel it in, Grace.
I've got the
I believe
line.
in you.
My lord. Look, the beautiful thing about my sequels, you guys conceptualize them. Like, you take the time. This is just whatever comes out of my mouth.
I totally don't do that.
You think I'd take the time?
Oh. No one said what format a sequel had to be in.
Generally, film format.
Yeah, that is an unspoken.
We never said it had to be a film.
I want a video game.
A video game.
Oh.
Telltale's Watching the Detectives.
Telltale's
Wait, is
Watching
this
the
a sequel or
It's-
is this just Telltale they do the movie?
No, so they do the movie, but they add their own characters and make it dark and gritty. And it's also, like 16 hours of gameplay, but split up in, like 6 chapter chunks, and you have to pay $30 for each chapter.
Is Rick there?
And Rick is not there. This is Watching the Detectives, and also Rick's not
Rick.
even in the Walking Dead game because that's the comic books, I think. But also, it's like not.
Rick.
I'm not gonna
Rick?
lie, I've never seen a Telltale game, which is,
I'm
that's
a
why
better
they went out of
adaptation
business.
than you.
They went out of
Rick?
business because I didn't care enough.
Wow, I hate you. You're my enemy. I love
No,
Telltale
the
games.
misery.
And if you're not with me, then you're my enemy. It's a crossover.
Get your grubby little fingers out of my sequel.
In this adaptation, it actually was foreshadowed by Lucian and Jonathan's conversation about zombies.
There's actually so the main storyline through the what did I say? 8 chapters?
6.
Six, but
six
you added
chapters.
2 more.
Yes, because the 6 chapters are the main story following Neil and Violet, and you switch their places each chapter. So one chapter you play as Neil, and then the other chapter you play as Violet. And there's one chapter that follows Lucian and Jonathan, and then the 2 DLC chapters also follow Lucian and Jonathan and what they do when Neil and Violet take off.
I see.
I have always wondered at the end of the movie because they don't tell Neil or Jonathan where they're going.
They just kind of get up and go. That'll be my next sequel, as I will flesh out.
I don't think Neil even closes his window.
Just leaves it.
What if it rains?
He's got so much to burgle. Somebody might steal his Kinect's.
It's Kinect's Ferris wheel. That's my Panic sequel.
I need you to elaborate more on what's in these 2 bonus chapters.
Yeah, what
And
happens
the
after?
bonus chapter. So there is about a 20-minute long video game where you just run the store, and then they end up finding out about the blackjack casino, and they think that it's like an actual thing that happened. So they start freaking out, being plotted out by Violet.
Oh,
So in my Telltale Games presents watching the detectives, it actually is a blackjack casino, and they actually do like now they're enemies of the mafia, and that's why they run. But Jonathan and Lucian don't.
Are you implying that the underground blackjack casino and Glenn and Andy are a construction by Violet?
No, in this game, in the movie, yes.
But where does Violet get the money?
That is not for me to know. That sounds like it's above my pay grade.
Summer, are you hearing this shit?
I am, and
Don't.
I'm disappointed.
What?
Do you seriously think that Violet planned that out?
Yes. There is no way that is like a natural thing that happened.
Where does she get the money?
She probably had it saved up. I don't know.
She steals. She loves to steal.
Why does she do anything?
I definitely do think this is an elaborate construction that she created as like a final straw to drive Neil
Tested.
away. And she was really shocked that he was so
Went
into it.
through with it, yeah.
Because she says,
Yeah,
I thought you wouldn't want anything to do with me after this.
Yeah, there's absolutely no universe where this is a natural occurring thing that happens.
That's so crazy.
Well, this is you had the same problem with the commercial where you insinuated that he also shot someone for not returning a tape on time.
But that is literally the text of the film.
It's like a fantasy within the film. It doesn't actually
but
happen.
Grace, we never pull away from a television screen revealing that Violet is the master.
That's not what I'm
plot.
saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. But like, it is. There's no universe where that is like an organic thing where she's like, oh, I'm gonna make this guy steal from a blackjack casino.
She calls him there.
You're
she
so right
lures
because
him
it's a
in.
construction of
No,
Killian's unconscious mind.
Beep, 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 beep. Nope. Back it up. Not going there. There is no way. No way.
Where's the money come from?
She robbed a bank.
Okay, so it makes much more sense for her to rob a bank by herself
Yeah,
than
it
for
just
her to
happened
rip
off
off her
screen.
employers.
No, I definitely think that she's also ripping off her employers. Like, I don't think
You guys,
Glenn
you
and
can't
Andy...
have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your I'm done with the fucking podcast.
I don't have to have the answers of how she got the money, but I
I'm
think
protesting.
it's
This is bullshit.
in every interaction they have, she like dupes him in some way.
But also, I don't think Glenn and Andy are actors. I think they
No,
are genuinely
they clearly-
reacting to this.
She hires actors before. There's like no reason to believe why they wouldn't be. Look,
Are
I
you
know how to
okay,
tell you this.
Eleanor?
No. That doesn't make any sense.
It is both a farce created by Lucy Liu and also...
And also real. But I'm insane. I'm delusional for thinking that Lucian is clearly supposed to be read as an adaptation of Sherlock Holmes.
my God, I forgot
with
to talk
Jonathan
about
as his
this.
Watson.
You can't just throw
What
that
the
in
fuck are you
45
talking-
minutes into the episode.
Okay, first of all, it's 38 minutes in, and I haven't cut it down
my
yet, so it might be
God.
closer to 34.
No, you can't throw it in because what? The only thing.
How else is he able to deduce from nothing but context clues the exact moment she turned off the movie?
Because
he's a
he's
loser, Eleanor.
autistic.
Because yes, exactly. He's Sherlock Holmes.
So
Sherlock
the only
Holmes isn't the only autistic person.
I would like to clarify for the audience at home listening to this and wondering what the hell are you guys on about. Eleanor has deduced that
From
because Lucian
all the available evidence.
No, hold
okay?
on.
There's no. Let me defend
So here's
myself.
the thing. Here's
Fuck
the
you,
thing, though.
don't
No.
slander me. Let
No,
me
'cause
defend
here's the
myself in
thing.
the court
Can
of
I-
law.
can I just say
am
this?
allowed this.
Let me
I
say
am
one
allowed
more.
this.
Let me get this last thing out. You're talking about Lucian using context clues to decide something. What are you doing right now, Eleanor? Are you not Sherlock Holmes?
Oh my
Who
god.
says I'm not? Who says I'm not?
This vexes me.
So there's a scene very early on in the movie where Lucy Liu comes into the video store after renting a movie, and Neil, noticing that she did not finish the movie, hands over the tape to the other, people in the store, his friends, and they take turns guessing at what point she stopped the film. And Lucian goes last. He stands up and performs an intense, riveting monologue explaining exactly how and why he came to the decision, and then it is where she stopped the movie, and when he places the film in the player, he is exactly right to the sentence. And then later on, and this is why I think he's Sherlock. Later on, he's very clearly using a Sherlock pipe, standing in front of a poster of Sherlock Holmes.
Who is also smoking a pipe.
All of the evidence points to me being correct. But because my co-hosts are jealous, petty assholes who don't want to give me a
not.
fucking inch,
That's not it.
they don't give me a fucking inch. They know the power of what I will do with a little bit of rope.
I know
and they will
you'll
not
take
give
a
it to me.
goddamn mile.
They won't give it to me.
No, because it's crazy.
Those bastards, they hate me. I'm not crazy. I am
It's
not
just-
crazy. I
it's
know he
just-
switched those numbers. One number after a Magna Carta. Like I could ever make a mistake like that.
No, I just think that it is like the most insane and like unnecessary theory you've had this entire time.
That's not true.
No, I mean it's not true.
I mean,
But
hotel room theory.
It just doesn't need to be there. Like it does not matter to the plot whatsoever.
Right.
Can't-
But they put so much attention to this movie. Why?
Can't a man
Why would
sprinkle
they,
in?
Why would they put the
I
Easter
think-
eggs in if you're not supposed to collect them and
Because I don't know if
associate
it's
the
an
information?
Easter egg.
And it's so
It
close to
clearly
Easter.
is. It so clearly
It's so
is,
close
Grace.
to Easter. I'm not ready
Let
for
her
the egg
put the
hunt.
egg in the basket, Grace.
I
Come
don't.
on.
Anyway, this has been Sequel Squad.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun,
Sequel
dun.
Squad causes me such distress every week.
Womp, 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 Sequel Squad.
Stop fight. I don't like fighting. It causes me so much great distress every week. Eleanor, I'm sorry I called your theory stupid.
Apology not accepted.
I'm not agreeing with it. Okay, great.
I know you don't mean it.
I'm not apologizing because I've never done anything wrong in my whole life.
No, you did not. This podcast is tearing our family apart.
Do we need to get Killian in here?
I mean, I don't know if we really answered any questions today.
We answered one question, Eleanor.
What?
We found out who watches Watching the Detectives.
We did
So-
who?
It's us.
It's us. We watched it.
Who's us?
How could you forget? How could you possibly forget it was us?
How could you forget? It was me, Summer.
And me, Eleanor.
What?
Grace?
Yep, that's your name.
This is identity theft. I'm gonna go rob a bank or something and tell them my name is Eleanor.
We watched Watching the Detectives, and you watched a podcast.
Thank you for watching.
Killian, play us out.
Now, this is very special to me because in like the early 2000s, I was in America and I wasn't really happy with the sort of work I was doing, and I wasn't really happy with my approach to acting. And everyone was like, "Man, you gotta watch Cassavetes," and like it was kind of embarrassing that I hadn't watched it by then. So I went out and I bought this collection